say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it, this is where it goes down. I just happen to come up hard. Legal or illegal.
Hey everybody, I am back to talk about power. Before I even get into this video, please excuse the noise in the background, okay? We just gonna push through. But anyway, let's talk about this episode. One of the lines that Tommy said at the beginning of the episode was that Angela is not that smart. And I thought that that was something that applied to a bunch of characters in this episode. Now, I think Angela wasn't smart. I think Tariq was not smart. And I think that Ghost was not smart. Where to start, y'all? Okay. I'm just going to go where my emotions are right now. Can we talk about Tariq? Now, Tariq. He got on my last nerve. For y'all, he need his butt whooped so bad. But anyway, listen. When they were having career day at the school and Ghost was there speaking and Angela was there, she coordinated the whole thing. And he was up there, talking about the club and how much of a sacrifice it's been, for his family and all of that. And he was being genuine in that moment. Even Tasha teared up a little bit, And Tariq pulled out his phone and he texted Kanan and was like, "Can we hang out?" See, y'all, I was so mad. And then later, when he went to go hang out with Kanan was up there telling him, well, don't let nobody tell you how you should feel about things, because Dre actually sat down and talked to Tariq and he was like, "Look, you don't really need to be hanging out with him. I'm your friend. Don't really be hanging with him." And Dre is trying to protect him. But, Tariq think he bad for some reason and he's not listening. And so he goes and he meets up with Kanan and they go shoe shopping. And so while they're in there, like I said, Kanan was telling him, don't let nobody tell you how you should feel and what you should do. Be your own man. And when they picked out these shoes, they were like $250. And Kanan makes this little comment like, yeah, your parents should be able to afford this. They got money, blah, blah, blah. That's what he insinuated. And then he told him, but if you want respect, you should steal them. Tariq, how did that make sense to you? Like in your brain, when you listen to him say that, how did that make sense to you? You got money to pay for it, but you want respect, so you gonna steal it? Okay, so getting locked up for stealing and getting in trouble and all of that, that's worth the risk just to get the respect. Who respect you looking for, boy? Whose? What are you doing? It just made me livid. Listen, it's two people that steal. People that like to steal and people who steal for necessity. Now, I don't know Ghost's backstory, but it seemed to me like the only reason why he was out there hustling was because he didn't come from a family like he's grown for himself. If he had the choice, he would be happy if he was Tariq. But no, Tariq want to be big and bad and he got something to prove because he mad at his daddy. Boy, sit down. He made me so mad. Oh, anyway. The next person who was not smart was Angela. Angela, why do you think that you have something so miraculous between your legs that it would make Greg get off the hunt? Like, really? Like, you laid down with that man again. And you are so less than smart. He went through your phone, girl, while you was in there laid up. Now, Angela, really? I just don't understand. Okay, somebody help me understand. What is she thinking? See, her problem is she thinks Greg is the same dude. He's not the same dude. All while you running your mouth trying to, sweet talk him and get him off the trail of Jamie, he just looking at you like you stupid. He already done found her card at Tommy's mama's house when they went over there to question her. And then she gonna get mad when when Ghost asked her about Greg, like, do you got him in line or whatever? Don't ask me nothing. You don't have the right to ask me about Greg. Why he don't? Now, Ghost wasn't smart because for some reason He still don't trust Tommy. Listen, Tommy may not be the most rational person in the group, but he is. This man killed the woman that he loved because he had to choose between him or her. And he chose Ghost. So at the end of the day, when Tommy sat down with Milan and he told him, I'm a part of your family now, what else can I say? Ghost, he came to you and he said, Milan said that if you do something out of line one more time, he's not going to hold you accountable. He's going to hold me accountable. And if he holds me accountable, I'm going to die. He is literally going to kill me. You need to choose me. And he told him that straight up. Ghost looked him right in his face and lied to him. So I have no sympathy for whatever is about to happen to Ghost. Okay, he just I don't understand. He is so self-righteous. He sits on his high horse and he thinks that everybody should just be okay with anything that he sits down and says they should be doing. Are you kidding me? And the moment where him and Tasha slept together, I guess he thought the deed was so good she was just gonna forget everything that happened. No. What are you talking about? I mean, she got him together when she was like, you can't sleep in this bed. You're gonna have to go in the other room unless we get back together. Are we getting back together? And he just kind of looked at her and she was like, well, you're gonna have to go in the other room. And after she found out that, and she had just got finished giving him praise for putting her and the kids out of harm's way. And then he turned around and say he got a plan to get rid of Milan. And he's using Ruiz to get it done. So all of her confidence in him just went out the window because she picked up the phone and called Tommy. Now, the one thing that Holly did that was good was she got Tommy and Tasha closer together because Tommy was not even trying to deal with Tasha after everything that happened between him and Ghost. But, Holly was the one that brought her and him back together. So in a way, I was glad that she was able to call him because, what if Milan found out about Ruiz was double crossing him and Jamie was behind it too? He would have killed Tommy. Like, he probably would have went on a killing spree. And listen, y'all, is it just me? But every time I see Milan eating, I think it's human flesh. I don't know. That's just a side note, but I just made me nervous. I was like, Ruiz, woo, don't eat what's on that plate because you don't know fooling with Milan. But anyway, and let me hop back to Angela for a second. How did y'all feel when she had Hugo's phone and she picked up when Mike was calling her and they both heard the helicopter? That was crazy. And then in the end, when Mike went to Hugo's house, Greg was sitting out there just watching him come out of that building and he put two and two together. Now, Greg, it's a lot of things I could say about him, but he has been on the case, ain't he? I'm telling you, he is linking everything together. He is going to have it all together. Now, he ain't going by the books, but he is putting it all together. He want that James St. Patrick, don't he? And Ghost is up to his old shenanigans again when he found out that Cantos was back, number one, and that he was working for them dudes across the street, the ones that took Karen away from him. So he gets Julio to go over there and plant some drugs so that they could call the police and they could come and bust it all up. So, that was a smart thing for Ghost to do. But that's probably the smartest thing that he did all episode. And it's crazy because when he and Tasha were talking, he was telling her, now I'm getting all this club stuff set up so that our kids can have legit money behind them. And this is really what I wanted the whole time. And I love the fact that Tasha said to him, I'm sorry. She didn't, at first, in the first season, I felt that if Tasha would have just believed in him and stood behind him, well, no, I take that back. Because I think he still would have messed with Angela regardless. I think that it would have been harder for him to mess with Angela. because he was going to do that anyway. But I like the fact that she said, I'm sorry for not believing in you because, you got it all figured out, obviously. And she thought he did until he dropped that dumb notion about, trying to take Milan down using Ruiz and not looping nobody else into the plan. And it's crazy because, Ghost, why are you not utilizing the people that are around you? You got Tommy beside you. You got Tasha who's beside you. These people love you to a fault. And he's not using that love in a good way. He's shutting everybody out, thinking he's just commando. He can do it all by himself. See, it's going to catch up to him in the end. Because when he found out that Kanan is back, that's going to be, oh my goodness, it's going to throw him for a loop. And how about, speaking of Kanan, how about him telling Dre that he ain't got no other choices? That, you can't go tell Ghost about me now because what you think he gonna do when he find out that I've been around his son and stuff and you let it happen? And I thought, dang, that's messed up because that's true. What is Ghost gonna do when he find out that Dre knew the whole time? But at the same time, I'm thinking, what you mean he ain't got no other options? Oh, he got another option to kill you. Okay, that's a viable option. Just put a bullet in your head and come tell Ghost, look, I took care of that. He came back trying to be slick and I took care of him. What, can't he think Dre won't do it? Come on now. I think Dre is afraid of him, but I think he's also cooking up a plan. I don't know what that plan is, but he's doing something. Because why he getting so close to Tommy all of a sudden? And he let Tommy know that he was the ones that took care of the Koreans. Why he tell him that? He wanted Tommy to go see about Tariq as well because he cares about the family as well. So I think it's something that Dre is cooking up, but I'm not sure exactly what it is. Do y'all think it's because he sees the power shift? He sees Tommy being more ghost-like than Ghost is. You know what I mean? Like, do you think he can sense who has that power right now? It is Milan, but it's also Tommy because he's right there up under Milan. And do y'all think that Milan really wants to make Tommy his apprentice? Or do you think he's still using him? To me, I feel like there's a shift. I think Milan at first was going to use him as a pawn, but I think he's starting to see Tommy as more of not an equal, but an apprentice. Y'all tell me what y'all think about Tommy. Do you think that he has been pushed to the limit and he's going to double cross Ghost? What do you think is going to happen? And y'all tell me what y'all think has happened to Keisha because Tasha was calling her all episode, honey, and she was nowhere to be found. I think she's either one, dead, or two, Tommy went over there and told her, girl, if you don't get up out of here, I'm going to have to kill you. And she's gone and just, floating in the wind somewhere. And also, tell me your opinion. Do you think Tommy has the right to wash his hands of Ghost at this point? Now, they have a strong brotherhood, but at the end of the day, Ghost told him straight up, I want out. And I'm going to get out of this game by any means necessary. And to me, that was him telling him, look, if you're not on the same page with me about me getting out of this game, I'm trying to get everything lined up so someone else can be, the boss or whatever. Tommy, it could even be you if you help me take him out. But if you're not on board with that, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get up out of here because this is not the life that I want. So do you think Tommy is wrong for not really listening to Ghost and saying, okay, I understand. I'm going to help you get out of the game because ultimately you're going to keep doing whatever you're doing until you get out. So I might as well partner with you, get all this stuff done. Let's get together and plan it and you get out and I stay in. Or do you think Tommy should just be like, you know what, forget you, Ghost. I've already sacrificed enough for you in my life. I'm going to move on. I'm going to do what I need to do and put me first. And I don't care about you and your dream. I'm going to go and do this. And I'm going to be number 2 to the next big dude with the power, a.k.a. Milan. But why would you want to be under Milan? Tommy, why would you want to be under a cutthroat dude like that? Does Tommy think that he can really trust Milan? Anyway, y'all, if I left anything out, please drop it in the comments below and we'll keep the discussion going. And I will see you all in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to me, because I will be back next week to talk about the last episode. And also check out my channel, because I may be doing other reviews of shows that you may be watching. So I'll see you all in the next one, okay? Bye.
I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it, this is where it goes down. I just